Atma Namaste and welcome. Thank you for joining us for this esoteric study group on Grandmaster Chokoksi's book, The Spiritual Essence of Men, the Chakras, and the Inverted Tree of Life. All right? Before we start, let us ask for divine blessings. So open your palms to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, to my beloved and respected teacher, Master Chokoksui, Mahaguji Mailing, we humbly invoke for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, help, healing, and protection. Thank you for giving us the wisdom. Thank you for giving us the ability to take these teachings to improve our life and also to serve humanity. We thank you in full faith. So be it. All right, so as we do this esoteric study group and with all the ones we've done before, let's do a quick cleansing before we start. That way we can flush out any kind of stress, negativity, people have been dumping on you, or whatever stuff that is that could be obstructing the flow of information so we have a deeper understanding of the teachings, okay? So tap your crown. Press the center of your palms and also focus on your feet. So these 5 areas, the crown, the hands, and the feet. What we're going to do, we're going to chant Om. As you chant Om, you just focus on the crown, the hands, and the feet, and just feel the divine energy flush out all the stress, negative energy, and whatever stuff that's not supposed to be there. All right? Shall we? So just raise your hands. I'm going to use a crystal to just kind of help flush the stuff out for you if you like. All right? Shall we? Just be still. The divine energy is entering your crown. Any negative thoughts, negative energy in your crown chakras are disintegrated, extracted, and properly disposed of. Your crown chakras are highly energized, highly activated. The divine energy is entering your forehead, the area in between your eyebrows and the back of your head. Your crown, forehead, ajna, and back chakras are being cleansed. Any negative thoughts, negative emotions, any blockages are now dissolved, disintegrated, extracted, fully expelled, and properly disposed of. So be it. Your crown, forehead, ajna, back chakras are highly energized, highly activated. The divine energy is cleansing your throat chakras and your jaws. Your throat chakras and your jaw chakras are being cleansed. Any negative thoughts, any blockages, negative emotions in these chakras are disintegrated, extracted, fully expelled, and disposed of properly. So be it. Your throat chakras are highly energized, highly activated. The divine energy is entering the back of your heart in between the shoulder blades. Your back heart chakra is being cleansed. The divine energy is entering your back heart into your front heart chakra, simultaneously flooding your emotional body with waves and waves of divine energy to disintegrate any negative thoughts, negative emotions, especially the energies of anger, resentment, and negativity are dissolved, disintegrated, extracted, fully expelled properly. Your front and back heart chakras are being energized to the back. Your emotional body is flooded with waves of love, sweetness, joy, and happiness, and ananda, divine bliss. Just be still. The divine energy is pouring down to your front and back solar plexus chakras, your liver and your spleen chakras. These are being cleansed. Any negative thoughts, negative emotions, any blockages, any negative cords or connections that are draining you or flooding these areas with negative energy are dissolved, disintegrated, extracted, and expelled. In the name of the Divine Supreme God, so be it. The front, back, solar plexus chakras are cleansed. Your liver and spleen chakras are cleansed. Your navel chakras are being cleansed. The sex chakra, the basic chakra, your entire body is now under a waterfall of divine energy. All negative thoughts, negative emotions are now dissolved, disintegrated, extracted, expelled properly down deep into the earth to be neutralized. So be it. Om. 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 Just be still, be aware, Just allow the divine energy to continuously flush all negative thoughts, negative emotions, negative energies in your aura and your chakras. Just be still. Just inhale, exhale slowly. Allow the spiritual energy just flow through you. All right, you may open your eyes. How do you feel? Good? All right. So, if you have your book, please bring it out. This book is actually the older cover. This cover here is the older one. The new one has like in outer space, it's darker, and the Tree of Life really comes out. Now, let me just start out by saying that all we're going to do with this esoteric study group is to just kind of pick a few key important points out of the book and discuss it and how it applies to our life. All right. The purpose is not to go through page by page, or it's not a substitute for actually taking the course where it's a full day. You don't expect it to be completely covered in just a few half-hour or 45-minute sessions. But we'll extract the key points so that at least it will awaken your enthusiasm and your interest in learning more about these deeper and powerful spiritual teachings. All right. Now, let's start with the title, The Spiritual Essence of Man. Now, a lot of people understand when you say man, it's a general term for humanity or mankind. So I think what Master wanted to do was use that general term that people know of. So it's spiritual essence of man. But all of you realize that man, woman, right? You're not the physical body. You're basically the soul utilizing the body, and the gender is dependent on the physical body you take on. All right? So let's move on. Let's not get stuck with the word man. It's man and woman. Okay? That's one. Now, why is it spiritual essence? It's something like this. A lot of you remember that verse in the Bible that says, God said, let us make man or humanity in our image, right? So when God said, let us make man in our image, what exactly does that mean? It doesn't mean that God has billions of faces. It means that there's a spiritual essence, a spiritual being that is made of pure energy, pure light, which is basically essence of God. Okay, so that is our spiritual essence. Now, the title says, The Spiritual Essence of Man and the Chakras and the Inverted Tree of Life. Now, a lot of people say inverted tree of life. I heard of tree of life. Let's break it down. First of all, the tree of life concept is quite universal. Although the image that you see here, all right, this tree of life is the most common one in the Jewish tradition. There's a tree of life in practically every spiritual tradition. For example, here we're focusing on the Jewish tradition of the tree of life, right, with the sephirot or the power centers. Later on, as we go through this, there's also the Egyptian version. And then there's an Assyrian version, Assyrian, Assyrian version. Then there's also the Hindu version of the Tree of Life. What else? When I was in Ireland, they also had the Irish Tree of Life. So every tradition has this Tree of Life. Now the question is why? See, this Tree of Life, it's the perfect metaphor, if you will, of our connection with God. A tree has roots, and from the roots come the nutrients. From the nutrients, the trunk, the branches, the trees, the fruits, not the trees, the leaves, they grow. In other words, it's being sustained by the nutrients coming in from the roots. So with that in mind, the reason this is called the inverted tree of life, Master Cho wanted to clarify and specify that, look, we're a tree of life, but not like a regular tree. A regular tree is rooted or connected down to earth. Since we are made in the essence or the image of God, it's actually our tree of life is actually inverted. In other words, we are rooted up to God. Okay? So that means our essence, our sustenance literally comes from God. That's why it's called the inverted tree of life. Now, this has many, many facets. The first one is something like this. If you think about it, if you're looking at it like everybody, you're standing right side up, right? This is more of a metaphor or symbolism. If I'm standing here, I look at everybody. I look at, this is top, this is bottom, right? So in other words, humanity looks at life a certain way based on their perception like that. Now here's the question. If we put you upside down, do you notice that your perception of life would be upside down? Or In other words, different than everybody else's, because nobody walks around with their feet on top. Everybody walks around with their feet at the bottom. I remember Master Cho was saying that, you see, that gives you an idea that when a person has the mind of God, or when a person is connected to God so deeply, they're rooted to God, that their mind is saturated with the essence of God, we have a tendency to look at life differently than what normal people look at. Think about it. Everybody thinks like, oh, okay, you know, somebody hurt me, I'm going to get even. Okay, I have to do it this way, this is how everybody does it. But do you notice the saints, the great sages, the teachers, they look at life very, very differently. You know why? They look at it from the viewpoint from above. So when Master Cho said the inverted tree of life, it's very, very interesting that it has far, far-reaching effects. So as we do our meditations, we are connecting up to God, right? Remembering our true essence. And from there, we look at life differently. So the inverted tree of life. Now, this tree of life, most of the time, if you read the books on tree of life, it deals a lot with these energy, or these centers, if you will, or Sephira or Sephiroth. If you look at this book, this is the most common one on this side. You see, they have correspondences of the different names of these centers on the physical body, right? They say, for example, Keter is up here, right? Hokmah is the left eye, Bina, right eye, Da'at is here, the shoulder is Hesed, Gevura, and so on and so on. So they have these names, and oftentimes you read books, guess what you see? Those are the correspondences of these power centers on the body. Now, that's where the title comes in. Why is it called the spiritual essence of man, the chakras, and the inverted tree of life? Because if you truly want to tap into this tree of life, it's literally a universe in itself. But in order to understand it, you have to understand your true essence. Your true essence is pure energy, right? This pure energy is the true essence or the image of God. Now, if you talk about energy, then obviously you're not talking about the physical body, because the physical body is so dense. Energy goes through it and moves the physical body, right? So the deepest, or the deeper secret, if you will, of the tree of life is not its physical correspondence that you see on this page, but is actually the secret, I'll raise it a little higher, is the correspondence of the power centers to the chakras. In other words, every energy center that you see on the tree of life, like here in the cover, okay, is actually a chakra. Now, here's the interesting part. If you truly want to tap into the power of the tree of life, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, and more, you have to understand the correspondences of the chakras on this tree of life. Now, as an overview, again, this session is just simply an overview. The next few sessions, we'll pick a few key topics from the book and talk about it. So, in pranic healing, we were taught about the 11 major chakras, right? Okay. Now, these 11 major chakras match exactly to the 11 Sephiroth or power centers in the tree of life. They literally match like that. Okay? Now, some of you who are new, who have studied some books on the Kabbalah or the tree of life, it usually talks about the 10 centers. Right? Then you study deeper, you hear about 10 plus 1 hidden 1. In subsequent sessions, what we're going to do is we're going to study the numerological correspondences, which is very, very common in the Kabbalistic tradition. Now, as an overview, if you look at the table of contents, and I hope you do get this book, otherwise it's hard for me to start pointing this and you go, what is he talking about? Okay, if you look up here, you notice the table of contents is quite strange. I'll count it off for you. Okay, you have table of contents, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 11, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. In other words, normally how does a book go? A book goes chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's in regular numerological order. But you notice in this book, the numerological order is 1, 2, 3. Instead of 4, it jumps to 11. And so on and so on. So there is the secret. When we get to the session on the power of the spoken word, the secret chakra, or the one that's commonly hidden, is actually counted as the last one. We'll get to it. Now, so that said, let's talk a little bit about more of this tree of life. As we study more of this tree of life, you will realize that as you do your meditation, your tree of life is actually drinking, right, being nurtured by this divine water or living water, right? So the Lord Jesus in the New Testament talks about the living water that you drink, that you will never thirst. Remember that? What is this living water that, allows your tree of life to bloom? That living water is the divine energy that comes down. So every time you pray, you meditate, it's like liquid divine light pours down, right? Your roots are up there, it comes down, nourishes all your power centers, your chakras. And as these chakras are being nourished, guess what it does? It goes into the physical organs. It affects you physically, emotionally, mentally, and of course, spiritually. So that is the deeper aspect of the tree of life, right? Now, to kind of finish this off, and then we'll do a short meditation. In this book, Master Cho also gives the secret, like a lot of you have already heard if you've studied with us before, that these 11 major chakras actually correspond to the 11 power centers or sephiroth in the tree of life. And it's also connected to what is commonly known as the Lord's Prayer. So the Lord's Prayer, most of you have heard, is Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Remember that prayer? So to really understand these key concepts, you put it all together. In other words, just like when you enter your password, your username and password on your email to access your email, right? You go to the automated teller machine. You want to get your money. You need the password. Well, guess what? If you want to awaken your tree of life, one of the main techniques, ancient secret techniques of awakening the tree of life, of unlocking each of these power centers, the secret is contained in the Lord's Prayer. Each line of the Lord's Prayer is like a password, if you will, a passphrase. As you say it, you practice the right technique, it triggers that chakra, boom, 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 like that. Okay? So, before we actually do that meditation, let's just have a little quick overview, because we know a lot of our friends are new. Some of you are thinking, wait a minute, you keep talking about 11 chakras. I learned there are 7. You're correct. But to say that you only have 7 chakras, that would be wrong. So one of the things that is taught in this book and made a Master Cho's teachings is the different levels of truth. So the first level of truth is correct. You have 7 energy centers. Okay? Then, as you study further, you start seeing in different traditions there are actually 11 centers, as you see in the Tree of Life. Then you study further, you read the New Testament. St. John says in Revelation, in the garden, there's this tree that bears 12 fruits. And in the book, he also covers what is called the 12 chakra. So the key to remember is truth is dynamic and has many levels of understanding. Okay? Now, just a quick history. Why is it that most people subscribe or know about the 7 chakras? You read a lot of books, they talk about 7. One of the ways to understand is to look at history. 200-300 years ago, a school called Theosophy, Theo means God, Sophie or Sophia means wisdom, brought these teachings from the East to the West. And if you study further, you will realize there's a pattern. There's 2 key things you will notice. Number one, one of the things that they want to do is introduce something so new to let's say, a group of people who are not aware of these ancient teachings. They have to make it simple. Not too complicated, simple. So guess what? 7 chakras, right? You have 7 chakras corresponding to the 7 colors of the rainbow. That's why a lot of books that you see in chakras, they always, equate this color of the chakra, next color, just like the rainbow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, right? Next, to make it easier, what else is 7? The 7 notes in music. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. 7 notes. 7 days. And you read the Bible, it talks about a lot of things about 7. So to the Western mind, it's easy. 7 chakras, 7 days of the week, 7 notes in music, 7 colors of the rainbow. Easy to remember. Then a lot of you start meditating. Then you start doing healing. You start studying. You go, wait a minute. How come in acupuncture I see so many points? Guess what? Those points are chakras. Then sometimes when you're doing healing or you're doing something with energy, you go, there's no chakra that we know of that's here. It's not part of the 7, but somehow I feel there's something there. You know what? Your intuition is telling you, wait, there's an energy center. You get my point? Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. So as you study further, your perception gets wider. So you start noticing, I have more than 7. So the first level of truth is you have 7 chakras. That's correct. Then the next thing you learn is, wait a minute, I have 11 centers. That is also correct. Then as you do your meditation, you start realizing that you have more energy centers. Clear? So do not get stuck with the 7 chakra model. That is good when you're new, when you're learning. 7. Then as you progress, you realize there's more. Then you learn acupuncture, Oriental medicine, or you study pranic healing. Guess what you notice? Wait a minute. I have 11 major chakras, 11 power centers, major ones. And from the main power centers, the main generator, they branch out to smaller generators. From the smaller generator, they branch out to even smaller generators. Well, major chakras, minor chakras, mini chakras, and even smaller. So literally your body is filled with many, many energy centers. That's why when you study acupuncture, right, they put a needle on the point, right, and they twirl. They twirl it one way to put energy in, they twirl another way to remove energy. Well, because the way the chakras spin, depending on the spin of the chakra, is either releasing energy or taking in energy. Because every acupuncture point is a major, minor, or mini, or even smaller chakras. We're filled with energy centers. Now, the nice thing about this, these energy centers feed off the chi or the prana from the environment, right? And also through the tree of life. As the divine current, the living water pours down from the roots into the trunk, into the branches. These branches are your energy channels or meridians. Do you see how things come together? So when you do your meditation, your spiritual practice, you feel this energy coming in, you feel a certain peace, a certain feeling of well-being and empowerment. That's because the living water is pouring into your tree of life. Now, there's a CD you can get that is guided by Grandmaster Choam. He goes through in detail of the Lord's Prayer. It's online. You can get it. But what we'll do here is just give you a little taste of this energy as we do the meditation. All right? So if you touch your crown up here, the first line of the Lord's Prayer is Our Father. Here, close to your forehead area, that's the second chakra. We call it, that's the line, Who art in heaven. Then in between your eyebrows and your throat is, Hallowed be thy name. The heart, thy kingdom come. The solar plexus, the soft spot in between your ribs, thy will be done. On the navel area, on earth as it is in heaven. The left lower rib, your spleen area. Give us this day our daily bread. Behind your belly button, okay, directly behind your belly button, this is your what is called the Mengmen chakra. Behind the belly button, the line of the Lord's Prayer is, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Let's see. Next one. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Guess which one that is? The sex chakra on your pubic bone. See, it's guided. So as you go to the Lord's Prayer, you're literally allowing this living water from the spiritual roots that we have to come in and nourish your entire tree of life. And as this spiritual energy comes down, it also loops back up and connects you to God. Don't you find it amazing? So if you like, we'll do a short meditation right now. Okay, so you kind of get yourself settled. We'll ask for divine blessing first, always. To the divine supreme God, divine Father, divine Mother, To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, of course, to my beloved and respected teacher, Master Chua Kok Sui, Mahal Guruji Mei-ling, and all the high beings, thank you for divine light, love, guidance, help, healing, and divine protection. Thank you for awakening our tree of life. Thank you for filling us with your love, your joy, your peace, and ananda, divine bliss. We thank you in full faith. So be it. All right, you ready? So there are many ways to do this. One of the easiest ways is what you've learned when you're growing up is put your hand like this in prayer position right on the heart chakra, right on your sternum. Now close your eyes. Just be still. Just inhale, exhale slowly. Let's give it a few seconds for your mind, your emotions to calm down. Okay, you ready? Keep your eyes closed, you'll be guided. Be aware of your crown, the top of your head, the first part you touch. Silently say, Our Father. I'm not the body, I'm not the emotion, I'm not the thoughts, I'm the soul. I'm a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I'm connected and one to my higher soul. I'm connected and one to the divine spirit in me. I'm a child of God. I'm one with God. I'm one with all. I and my spiritual Father are one. As the Lord Jesus says, I and my Father are one. In our case, I and my spiritual Father are one. We are one with God. We are one with all. We are made in God's image. Be still. Just be aware of your crown. Allow your awareness to drift higher and higher above your crown, closer and closer to God. Listen to my voice. You're not the body, you're not the emotion, not the thoughts. You're the soul. You, the soul, are one and connected to your higher soul. You are connected to the divine spirit in you. You are a child of God. You're one with God. You're one with all. You and your spiritual Father, you and God are one. There's only oneness. Just be still. Allow the divine energy to just pour through your system, simultaneously connecting you closer and closer to the source. Just be still and be aware and let go. Maintain your stillness and awareness. Just gently be aware of your forehead area, who art in heaven. Be still, be aware. Be gently aware of the area in between your eyebrows and your throat. Hallowed be thy name. Just be still, be aware, and let go. Be aware of your solar plexus, front and back, the area in between your ribs, front and back. Thy will be done. Thy will be done. Be still and let go. Allow your awareness to just gently drift to your belly button area, on earth as it is in heaven. Move your awareness gently to your lower rib area, lower left rib area. Give us this day our daily bread. Just be still. Be gently aware of the area behind your belly button on your lower back. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. At this point, anger, resentment, and any negative emotions are being gently transmuted upward, up to the back of your heart, up to your crown. Be aware of an area above your crown, higher, 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 and just simply let go. Maintain your stillness and awareness way above your crown. Simultaneously be aware of your pubic bone area. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory, forever and ever. Allow the energies just simply drift higher, higher, up to your crown. Higher above the crown. Higher, higher. Let it lift higher. Higher like a balloon, drifting higher and higher, higher, forever and ever. Amen. Let go now. Any sound, any noise you hear will just allow you to drift higher and higher, closer and closer to God. Just let go now. Let go. Let go. Amen. Amen. Let go, let go, let go now. Gently, ever so slowly, come back. I know a lot of you don't want to. You have to come back. Gently move your fingers. Move your toes, wiggle them. Slowly, gently come back. As with all meditation we do in pranic healing, it generates so much energy, your body cannot contain all of it. So instead of just throwing it away and removing it, we will use that energy to bless our loved ones, our friends, and all our projects. Okay? So just raise your hand in blessing position, like this. Now first, visualize your family, your loved ones, and your relatives. Shower them with lots of beautiful golden light. May all of them be blessed with good health, happiness, prosperity, and spirituality. So be it. May all be blessed. So be it. Now visualize your job, your career, with success. Bless it with lots of golden light. Bless it with success, with progress, with advancement, and prosperity. Lots of divine blessings. So be it. Good. Bless the city you live in. Imagine miniature size of your city flooded with golden light. Okay, the place you work at, the city, the country, just flooded with golden light. So be it. Now, if you like, focus on your feet and the base of your spine. We'll talk about this when we get to the other lessons in the book. It is very important to stay also physically grounded. Also, although we're rooted to God, in order for us to function in the physical world, we also have to root down to Mother Earth. Okay? So focus on your feet and the base of your spine. Imagine golden light going down to the earth likewise. Imagine the golden light spreading below your feet. Let Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. So be it. So be it. Just blessings be to Mother Earth and all her inhabitants. So be it. So be it. All right. You may open your eyes. Okay, how do you feel? I hope the word in mind comes to mind is fantastic. All right. Anyway, so that gives you an overview for the lessons we're going to cover in this book, the spiritual essence of man and the chakras and the inverted tree of life. So stay tuned for the next session. Have your book, if you can, study the book a little bit before we start. That way you can take notes, you can pause, you can forward. We'll bring out key points. All right, that's pretty much it. And if we can ask you, please leave us some comments. It's somewhere here on this page, experiences. We'd love to hear from you. We'd like to know what you think. I hope you learned something, all right? Just write it down. That way we can try to improve. Next, we'd love to keep this, and we have been keeping this spiritual video ministry free. And if you'd like to donate to help pay for some of these expenses that we have, that'd be wonderful. It will be very, very grateful, and may God bless you immensely for that. If you can't, for whatever reason, please continue studying anyway. It is my strongest desire that I can bring the blessings and the teachings my teachers have given me, and to share it with as many of you as possible. Whether you're new or you've studied a lot, we'd love to share this with you, and hopefully it will transform your life like it has transformed mine and countless others. Okay, so Atma means soul. Atma, namaste. Till the next time, we thank you for joining us. Let's give thanks, to the Divine Supreme One, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints, to all the holy archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, to my beloved and respected teacher, Grandmaster Tuakok Sui, to his beloved teacher, Mahaguji Mailing. We thank you for divine light, divine love, guidance, help, healing, divine protection. Thank you for giving us the wisdom to use and harness these teachings, not only to improve our lives, but also to serve others. We thank you in full faith. Amen. Om. Amin. And so it is. All right. So till next time, we'll see you again. Bye.